It looks like we're live. Yo, welcome to Liquidated, Aladdin.
Thank you so much for having me on.
No problem. So I don't know if you've watched the show a couple times before, but I'm basically trying to get a lot of the guys on CT that are, their origin stories, people that have been in the space for, 5 years or longer. Obviously, you've been around with me since like 2017-ish, doing the original first crypto fight night.
Yeah.
You're the watch goat. So I remember, not sleeping for 36 hours and coming down to your watch store with Mo and checking out your place. And,
Yeah.
It was incredible. I saw, millions of dollars of watches for the first time, some Richard Milles. I think someone bought like a $2 million Richard Mille the first day I was there. And
It was
got
probably
to
the most euphoric time.
Yeah, I think it was. Like, I think everyone, didn't really know each other. Most of CT was just meeting for the first time.
Hmm.
And you and Mo and some of the other guys that were kind of ingrained into Dubai ended us taking us to all the cool spots. We all kind of became pretty good friends after that. And it was a cultural event that, everyone kind of wanted to do from year to year.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was like the start of an era, right? Everyone knew each other behind some random anonymous picture, and then when we all met, it was like, oh, you're a cool guy. You're a cool guy. I want to hang out with you. It was honestly incredible. To me, I feel like the sentiment has changed with crypto Twitter a little bit. I don't like it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems to be like a newer group of people, but like when we met everyone back then, and I still think the newer group of CT as well, like we all have the same degenerate issues. We all like to gamble on things, and we like fancy things as well. But yeah, it is interesting to see, like, especially in the crypto fight nights, like, or even karate combat, we'll see guys that are fighting or people in the influencer space that I never even heard of in my life. And there's like these other huge subsets of people that have as big a following as Trader Main or whoever else who, have built their communities through, Solana ecosystems or Jewel or whatever it could be. But how did you get started into all this? How did you get roped into crypto and into watches?
Ah, I don't know if I've ever said this story before, but with crypto, funny enough, I was living in Barcelona, and this was, I think, 2018, and I was doing my master's degree in Barcelona, and that's when I met Trading Lord, which you already know, Scott, and he was already absolutely addicted to Bitcoin and the blockchain and cryptocurrency and freedom of money and all of that. And he introduced me to that entire concept. And when he told me about it, and when he opened my eyes with regards to money in general, it really like set me back, and I started reading more articles about it, and like I started browsing through Twitter. I think like for 2 months it was just pure addiction to understand what this was. And I think that was it. That was it. It just got me hooked, and I entered the crypto industry. I invested in Bitcoin. I remember, I think it was $3,200 or $3,300. Ethereum at, I think, 110. I even bought it lower at like $90. So yeah, that was like how I got into crypto, and I like we did well. We did well. To be honest, I got lucky because obviously I wasn't very much aware of what was happening. I just knew that I had to invest, and I knew that this was a way out. Because despite what a lot of people might think, I didn't come from money, right? So like this was it for me. And with regards to watches, it was funny because it was simultaneously at the same time. My friend, a friend of mine, old, very very old friend of mine, who's like three, four generations in jewelry and watches. He called me up and he wanted my help for with like branding and building the business, just because he thought I was a bit more creative with that. So I got in with that, like that, and then immediately after that, when I saw Bitcoin go up, the first thing that I thought to myself was I need to pull out money and invest in a real business, because at the end of the day, yes, I got into crypto, yes, I'm doing all of this work, but it's not really my main focus, right? I'm not really a financier. The same way that you run your law business and then you have certain investments and you're involved in the market. So I invested heavily into the business and became a partner, and it was the same time when people were trying to offload off-ramp crypto into assets where they can, just park their money. They didn't want to go through the whole, withdrawal process. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, I was, if not the first person, one of the first people to accept, stable coins or crypto for watches.
Hmm.
And that just, once that was once that was known on Twitter, it just blew up. You know, so
Yep.
it kind of feels like being at the right time at the right place. You know, a little bit of luck, a little bit of hustle.
Yeah, and I think you've created a great brand for yourself, especially in the beginning, and probably still now. Like I've done a lot of business with you. You do fair deals with everyone, and your reputation is pristine. It's been for years now. And I think people are looking for that, especially when they want to buy a watch. Like, hey, can I trust this guy? Is he going to help
Yeah.
me if something goes wrong? Like, how do I get insurance? Like, thinking about that, like what kind of recommendations do you have for like people that are getting into watches? Like, how would you recommend they approach this?
Look, if you've noticed in the last year and a half, I've also really like changed my focus from just sales from sales and growing a business to actually consulting my clients. The reason why I did that is because the market got very saturated. What happened after 2020 is that every second person who had $20,000 to their name and a few hours of free time started buying and selling watches.
Hmm.
But the problem is that these guys, they only buy and sell. Like they literally just transact. They take from someone and give it to someone else. They don't know anything about movements. They don't know anything about servicing, anything. Like they don't understand. And I would recommend, I always tell people, like, find one person that actually gives you the time to explain the difference, whether it's beneficial to them or not. A lot of times, if I have a suggestion, a client finds a watch outside, I tell them, hey, it's a better price, go and buy that. But like the point is that you need to know who you're buying from, so that if God forbid something happens, because at the end of the day, it's an arbitrary market. People pass on these items, these assets. So you need to be able to create that relationship with the dealer and be able to trust them 100%. Make sure that they will at least help fix whatever problem there may be, right? Because as much as we can try to eliminate issues by checking with watchmakers, by doing serial checks, making sure everything is original and authentic and clean, things can happen in this industry. So the most important thing I say is to buy from someone that you 100% trust. Whenever someone comes to me and tries to purchase from me, I have my address is clear, my name is clear. I even dox myself because I don't want anybody to feel that, oh, I cannot trust him. And obviously the reputation. I mean, in the market, people know who you are. So I highly suggest, if you're buying from a dealer, just stick to the guy, become friends with him, because at the end of the day, even dealers, us as dealers, we want clients that come back all the time. It's not about maximizing profit. It's about being able to trade in and out all the time.
Yeah.
That's the business.
And
So yeah.
for people that are getting into watches, like I have a lot of watches. I think I have like, I don't know, 18 or 19 watches. And like once I buy a watch, I never want to get rid of it. But
Yeah.
I think like we have guys like Ricky or Ponzi, who Ponzi trader, who's very good at like getting the watch he wants, wearing it for a good amount of time, flipping it at the right time, and then getting the other watch.
Yeah.
Like I think it's kind of like the car game. And again, I say this
100%.
same issue with watches and cars. But if you really want to like flourish in both these businesses, like don't get married to your watch, don't get married to your car. Like get a good deal on your watch, get a good deal on your car, and if you ever get a better opportunity to flip it, then flip it. And I think you'll always find a way to have the coolest shit on your wrist and maybe the coolest car to drive.
Bro,
Um,
2000% I agree.
yeah,
2000%. Never get married to the watch you have, because a lot of people actually do get addicted, including myself. Sometimes I buy a watch and I say, I don't want to sell it. I never want to sell it. And then I get a deal. I'm like, you know what? I'll sell it. The whole idea in this industry is, in order to survive, you need to have at least 65% wholesale, right? You need to be flipping. And if you perform the same way with end clients, like if clients who want to start buying watches do it in the same manner, then it's forever a toy that you will have, forever money that you will make.
Yeah.
and you possibly don't lose. I mean, you mentioned Ponzi trader. It's the perfect example, in my opinion, because he's the type of guy that will buy any deals. I could literally call him right now and say, "Yo, Ponzi, there's a carpet that costs $50,000 less than what it should be." He'll say, "Buy it." Like
Yeah.
finding a good deal. Just make sure that obviously you have to pay a profit to whoever is sourcing it for you or whatever. But like, just make sure you don't get scammed on. You don't pay $20,000 over a $80,000 watch. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, which, by the way, big dealers do that
Yeah.
because they don't care. They're so big. They have like a vast amount of clients that what they will sell something to you, and if you're not happy with the price, well, to hell with you. Someone else is going to buy it.
Yeah, I think a perfect example for me is like I have that Elegante, which doesn't even fit my wrist.
What?
But I love it because it's a beautiful watch, and I think I bought it for like, I don't know, 52,000 or 54,000. I think they're selling for what, 70 or 80 now. What are they going for right now?
No more. Right now, the titanium is like about 100,000.
Yeah, so like I should sell that watch right now.
Yeah, you could, and in my opinion, maybe you should.
Yeah, so
Maybe
like
you should.
that's a different conversation, but it's like these are the situations that I think if you are a good trader and aren't married to, or don't have the same issue with me of just holding on to things for 20 years, like I think this is a good business to get into. If you actually like luxury watches, like things like that, like the cars, because even my Porsche, I bought my Porsche a year ago, and I just got into buying like more of the nicer cars. I got an offer for I think 15,000 over what I bought my Porsche for. So it's like just
you got it at sticker price.
I got it through a dealer like for like 215, and somebody offered. I put like 10,000 miles on it, and they offered me 225 last week, which I'm going to keep it. I had like an issue that I was like mad at myself. I was going to punish myself and sell the car, but I decided I'm going to keep it anyway. But
yeah, it's the exact same concept. Anyone who's entering the watch world needs to make sure that first of all, you need to understand that watches are not investments unless they are extremely rare, extremely low in supply, maybe something that's discontinued a long time ago that has a story attached to it. Otherwise, it's just an asset where you park your money, and just like anything else, it's going to lose some value. I mean, at the end of the day, as a buyer, I need to make my money, so.
And that's why we have Bitcoin. It's like I have like, obviously people want to diversify. I want to diversify. That's why I own some watches, but it's like they can make gold in the lab now. They can make diamonds in the lab now. They can make anything almost in the lab now. And even with the Rolexes, like you can have a certification number and everything else. Like they're making fakes that are so good you can't even tell the difference. So it's like it all goes back to like this is why we have Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, like everyone still wants to have a nice watch and go to the right people. So I think sourcing watches with reputable dealers, I think you even get better deals as well because they're doing so much volume that they're going to get the best prices.
Yeah, no, I agree. See, when you mentioned the market with like, having fake things and what this and that 100% comes because of the saturation that happened in 2020. A lot of people entered the market. They just want to make money. They would do anything it takes. You call, you ask for a Jubilee bracelet Datejust. He has it on Oyster. He's gonna call his friends, swap the bracelets and sell it to you.
Mm-hmm.
These things happen in the market. I mean, this again goes back to who you're buying from. Sometimes some people tell me, "Oh, Aladdin, like I can get the same Datejust for $500 cheaper from someone else." I understand. But every single watch I have comes from Rolex. It's full set with the package, with the tags, with everything. I'm willing to pay a premium to make sure that there's nothing that will ever happen to you.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, it's a scary market. It's really a scary market. There has been many times where I told myself, I'm tired. This is just getting too much. I want to get out of it. But I guess my love for the hustle just keeps dragging me back in.
And when you're doing this watch stuff, like it's probably scary to hold inventory in case the market like turns. So you like, it's a weird world, right?
Yeah, actually, so I'll tell you something. In 2021, when the market like crashed, between 21 to 22, we had about I don't know, like off the top of my head, maybe 40, 45 watches, and they would average per watch about, I don't know, between 150 to $250, $1,000. And all of those watches, pretty much most of them dropped in price by about um, 40%. So suddenly we have like close to 50 watches that dropped in 50%. Like this was insane, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Um, so it took us about a year to just recover because whatever we sold was a lost cause. I mean, whatever we sold was just taking losses, taking that money back, trying to buy something else, trying to flip that quickly to another dealer. So it took about a year. So after that, I actually changed my business model. Now I have partners that consign me a lot of watches, and I have a rule of buying watches. I will never buy from the market anymore. I will buy only from clients or if it comes from the retail. Like if I can get a watch where at least I can buy it, I don't want to say 10%, but like at least 5% below the market so that if something happens, I can quickly
Right.
liquidate, you know?
Right.
And a lot of people today, they're trying to sell their watches. They say, "Oh, but the watch price went up." Sure, the prices did go up. I don't disagree, but I mean, look at how much transactions there are. You know, prices
Yeah.
going up doesn't mean it's it doesn't mean that you will
It's
necessarily, you know, it all depends. It all depends. It all depends on what you buy, where you buy from. So yeah, I personally have changed my strategy around the market with this business for sure because honestly, it was very painful,
you
extremely
want
painful.
you want to manage as much risk as you can, and obviously in a bull market, the watch price might go crazy. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's weird, like housing, like stock market's going great, the Bitcoin and everything else, the crypto market's going great, but the housing market's like shit right now. So it's like it's interesting, just because other markets doing real well doesn't mean other watches are doing well. But and by the way, like how is the watch market? Is it pretty hot right now?
Yeah. So actually, it's good that you said that because look, yeah, watch market went up, but you need to understand why it went up. One, because obviously financial markets, gold, silver, stocks, Bitcoin, everything went up. So naturally, people are buying more watches. Two, it has been nothing but speculation due to tariffs. So
Hmm.
actually, on the 7th of August, they said that we'll have 39% tariffs on Swiss products.
Hmm.
By this, just before the 7th, I would say from the 1st to the 7th of August, everyone was trying to stock up as much as they could. There was a lot of transactions. Everyone was buying and selling. Like it was very hot at high prices too. I'm talking. I used to buy Daytona Pandas for 31, sell it for 33. Now I have to buy it for 33.5.
Yeah.
So the prices went up like this. But August 7 came and nothing really changed. Retailers didn't increase price. Now clients, they don't they can't like convince themselves to pay that amount. For instance, the Richard Mille 6702, the very thin carbon one, the beautiful one.
Yeah.
Those were anywhere between 240 to 270,000, depending on which model it was and the year. Today you cannot get the one that was selling for 250. Today is 350, 360. The white one is even $400,000.
Wow.
It's insane. Like it went up $100,000. Now you need to see whether people are actually willing to pay that amount. But guess what? Since we've already seen in the last 4 or 5 years, we already saw the spike and the drop.
Yeah.
People are a little bit,
Has
hesitant. They're like, this is not worth 400. It has to go down. So
how
you
much
see,
is
like the
how much is the 5990 right now?
5990,
Yeah.
the rose gold that you have.
Hmm.
Let me check. It's about it's about 200. I would say 240
Yeah, about the
uh, for like a brand new or something. But let me give you an exact quotation right now.
FB Jordan is the
2024.
hottest watch right now, or what's the hottest watches?
Sorry,
What are the hottest watches right now? Is FB Jordan or who is it?
FB Jordan. Every FB Jordan is selling like chocolate. Patek Nautiluses, Patek Aquanauts, they're selling like chocolate. What's crazy is that day dates are now slowly creeping up. Not
Yeah.
by a lot, but they are creeping up a little bit. I would say mainly because gold prices went up. Pretty much every model FP Journe, especially the Elegantes, are insanely hot. You know, the Elegante titanium. I sold the titanium, I think, early last year for $45,000.
Is that the one I have or no? I think it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Elegante titanium, 48 millimeter.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Put mine on the market. See what we can get for it.
Send me a picture. I'll sell it right now.
Yeah. Talk
No,
after.
but like yeah, like those are the hot watches right now. Oh, also Audemars Piguets. For some reason, the 41 millimeter Royal Oaks they dropped so hard in price that now it's definitely worth it. 30,000, 35,000. You know, it's like insane numbers.
Yeah.
You cannot pass on that. Like I feel like some watches went up very
How much?
fast.
How much is the blue dial chrono?
Which
The AP
steel
41. Yeah.
about 60,000,
So I could sell that.
depending if it's
I could sell that.
anniversary.
I could sell that FP Journe for like 100, and then buy the blue chrono for 60.
More or less.
All right.
Let me
Sold.
see. I listed a blue chrono yesterday on my Telegram.
Mhm.
Actually, let me see how much I put it for.
Do I want that? I like FP Journe though. But that watch is way.
Don't
I think,
sell, bro. How much did you buy your FP Journe?
I think like 50 something,
Do
55.
not sell. Oh my god. Yeah. Listen. 26240, the steel blue one, 2023. I listed it for 61.
No, I bought the FP Journe for 55.
Yeah, you can sell it. If you sell it to a dealer, they will probably pay you, I don't know, 90 maybe. If you give it to me, consign it to sell it to a client, it has to be $100,000 watch.
That's crazy.
I know.
I think those watches retail are like it's like 25 or something, isn't it?
Bro, I think 17.
Wow.
So here's the thing with FP Journe. If you have the time, this is what I've heard from my friends who purchased from FP Journe. In order to be able to get a watch from FP Journe, you need to go there and show them how obsessed you are with the brand. So if you go into the FP Journe, it's called the Maison de FP Journe. So it's like the FP Journe house. It's not like a regular boutique.
Yeah.
You can walk in with your own bottle of alcohol because they have like this huge public bar, and you gift them your own bottle.
Okay.
It's like imagine yourself going to a cigar lounge. You go there, you drink, and you just talk and talk and talk and show them how much you know about the brand, how much you love the brand, and then if they consider you, they require you to send in an application. Once you do that, you possibly get approved. But bro, if you get approved, I mean, you're buying $15,000, $17,000 Elegantes. This is wild. Wow. It's wild. The Renaissance is selling for $450,000 in the market.
Wow.
I think it's like $60K in retail. You know the Elegante Gino story? It has like rainbow around it. That thing is selling for $350. I think it's like fucking 45,000, 50,000.
It's interesting, like the drinking thing, because like he's the owner's rumored to be a big drinker, and and I'm told that he might get out of the game and sell to Chanel at some point or something. But
I mean, anything is possible. But I'll tell you what, the owner definitely has some form of an ego. I'll tell you that much because you know his slogan. Let me Google it. It's on the watch on your dial. You will see FP Journe Invenit e Fecit. It's a Latin phrase that means I invented it and made it.
Wow.
Like this guy is literally a fuck you. You know, I invented it, so I made it, and I'm only gonna make 400 watches a year. Do with this information as you want. You know, like that's how it is.
Is there a limited number of Elegantes?
I'm not sure if there's a limited number of Elegantes, but the entire brand produces only 400 watches.
Yeah, the guy on CT, his name's Trill. Have you sold a watch to him? He has some beautiful watches.
Trill, I think in the past, but not in the recent past.
Yeah, I met him in Vancouver a couple weeks ago, but like, you know, there is.
Oh yeah. I remember him. I remember him from the last run. I do. I did sell him.
There's some really great watch brands out there, like the Jaegers and stuff like that. That like everyone just kind of goes to like the Rolex and the APs, and I love them too. I have tons of Rolex, APs, Patek, but there's some other watch brands that are like among the big watch people are even above Patek, above Rolex,
Oh
above,
yeah, for
you
sure,
know,
bro. People disregard. They forget that, for instance, the tourbillon movement was invented by Louis Breguet. So Breguet watches are insane mechanisms. You
yeah,
have JJ Lecoultre, you know, the JLC reverso that you're looking for, which is, by the way, I'm about to die finding that watch for you because it's so hard. It's a vintage model, and they also, you know, they were pioneers in watchmaking. So the only problem here is that because it's an arbitrary market, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to buy and sell what people want. I mean, bro, an Aston Martin is a beautiful, beautiful car, but everyone will tell you any English car is a no-no.
yeah,
The price is gonna drop 40%. So you're
yeah,
gonna have to resort to the Porsche GT3s that everybody has,
yeah,
just because there's demand for it.
yeah. It's like an electric car too. Like I'd be concerned to buy if like that new electric Rolls Royce, the Spectre. Like that
Yeah,
fucking thing's gonna go down 70%. Like
100%, bro, for sure, for sure. Did you see what happened to the SF90?
yeah,
Nobody wants this new electric age, you know, when it comes to cars or this, like, even with watches. I mean, people want to go back slowly to mechanisms and movements and
yeah, they like
proper
that.
designs.
And it's weird, man. Like even like a Tesla Plaid I bought brand new for like 120 grand. Like 2 years, like a year and a half later, it was worth 35 grand. It's
Yeah, bro, no,
like
no.
the all these Rolls Royce Culligans are going for crazy money right now. But I think the Bentley SUV is really dope, like the emerald green one.
Yeah, and the price is half of
Man,
what it should
you could
be.
buy that for fucking nothing. It's beautiful.
I know, I know. It's, and you know what? It's the perfect mommy car. Buy that for your wife.
Yeah, I just
Let
got
her take it.
the Wraith, like an older Wraith. I love it. Like I love big body sedans. I'm not a
Yeah,
sports car guy, but
that is nice.
there's a lot of
And
value out there in getting like things, you know, for the right price. And I would caution people to buy things new unless like there's some value, unless you're getting it retail. Like there's a lot of good deals out there. A lot of people are in different financial situations. Be patient. Be patient when you decide to buy something. Don't get married to anything.
mhm.
Those are some guides that I don't follow all the time myself, but like if I was patient in doing it and having advisors and mentors like Aladdin to help you look for things gives them the time to do their job and give you what you need to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, that's what I'm. That's why I said I'm focusing on consulting, because I don't want people to jump into, oh, you have this watch, let me buy it. Believe me, there have been many instances where I would list something and someone would text me, hey, is this a good buy? And I'd be like, listen, unless your heart is settled on it, no,
Yeah,
don't buy this. You know, if you love it, sure, but if you don't love it, I don't recommend. Even though I pass on business and I pass on profits, I don't care.
yeah. It's the same thing with buying houses too. Like when I first started looking at houses, like I'd fall in love with a new house every weekend. And the thing is, there's always going to be a new house, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, for sure, for sure.
so, like, how was the transition? I know you don't live in Dubai anymore. You transitioned to Florida. How was
Yeah.
that transition, and how's that been going?
Well, you want the whole story?
Sure.
I when I came here last year, February. Yeah, came here last year, February. I mean, obviously, it was very difficult. The transition is a very big transition for me because I don't only live in Dubai. I was born there. That's my home. It's my entire network. You know, they say your network is your net worth. I have, you know, my entire power, my abilities. I'm the plug over there. You know, so to
Yeah.
be to leave all of that, uh, because you know you become an adult, you get married. You know, I got married, things change. So I had to move here. I had to move to America. So I chose Miami as a destination because it was the closest thing to Dubai, and I can do business. So when I did come here, I started focusing on vintage watches because I realized there's a good market for vintage watches, and also a lot of people are not realizing that the modern brands, modern watches are also reversing their designs. They're going back to, you know, the Patek Philippe or the Piaget Polo. Like they're introducing stuff that they did in the 70s and the 80s. So I
Hmm.
saw that transition early on. I believe I've been tweeting about it since 2022.
Hmm.
It's only in 20, but for me personally, I was doing research in 23 and I started doing it in 24 when I came to Miami. Obviously, because there's supply over here rather than in the Middle East. Middle
I'm
Easterns, they
sure.
only like the newest and the flashiest.
Yeah, of course.
Um, so, uh, so yeah, I just had to. I literally came here with no one, no connections, no one to introduce me. Just walked into the market, the Diamond District, and I literally just knocked on people's doors and said, "Hey, this is who I am. This is my business. I just moved here. I want to start doing business." And obviously, I was rejected by a couple people because they don't know who I am. And and then I realized that I need to spend money to be able to get an access. So I actually started. I took a leap of faith and I started buying watches, especially vintage that I had no idea how to work with.
Hmm.
But I took the risk. I bought some watches, opened doors. People realize that I'm not playing games.
Yeah.
I created a trust. I even bought a car from a watch dealer just because I wanted to create a relationship, which I paid so much money for.
Yeah.
um, so that was it. I mean, I just kept doing that relentlessly, and then after 1 year of just working from home and going to the market and finding watches and whatnot, I finally opened my own office this year, early this year.
And
But I
what is
will.
it called? Can you tell everyone what it's called and how to get in touch with you?
So the shop name is Atelier Amiri. It's an office, a private office in downtown Miami. Anybody can go on my website. My Telegram is there. My phone number. You can go on Instagram, atelier.amiri. You can hit me up from there. Anybody's welcome to visit. I enjoy clients that come in and just have coffee and talk about watches. So that's where we are at today. But I will say a lot of my success within the United States is definitely because there were some dealers that truly trusted me and believed in me and gave me the access. They actually opened doors for me. Naming out of the vintage world, I'll name Menta Watches. Adam, the owner of Menta Watches, actually sells to very high end celebrities. I mean, he supplies Jay Z's watches. And
Wow.
this guy saw me, trusted me, brought me in, and it just took off from there.
And like in the legal profession, for the most part, there's a lot of kind of bad actors just in any world like crypto as well. But like when you get connected to a good group of guys, hopefully there's a kind of like a brother in arms. You guys kind of look out for each other and
Yeah,
do best to all kind of make some money together and go from there.
yeah, no, for sure. We say in Farsi we say we have like one table, and everybody eats from the same table.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter. I mean, I buy and sell the same watch. You buy and sell the same watch. Any client can go online and find whatever they prefer. So we have to work together. If you're trying to be selfish, you're not gonna grow. It's
yeah,
just not gonna work.
yeah.
You know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that's long term. It's like I posted on like Instagram, like I forgot what the quote was. It was like pinching a penny over a pound or something like that. I forget what it was, but like I've had guys like kind of do me wrong recently over like a little bit of money, and it's like, wow, if you're my friend over the next 5 years, I would make you 7 figures, but you want to make that
yeah.
extra 20 grand off me right now. It's almost like people don't pay attention to like who cares about them, who loves them, or whoever
No,
else.
no, they don't. They don't. They
It's
really
been a
don't. Man,
it's been a strange learning experience for me as well. Yeah, I had a crazy dispute in the Hamptons over like a club charge recently, where I think I got hustled for a club bill. It was like 167,000
wow.
on a club charge. I was there for 2.5 hours and ordered 2 bottles, and probably the bottle girls kept bringing out all these bottles, and they were trying to force me to purchase them. You know, I tried to reach out to the owner a few times to resolve the dispute, and he won't call me back. He thinks he's just gonna, and the thing that's interesting about people is like you're gonna get sued either way. You might as well just call me and settle the case
Yeah,
rather than spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees. Like, let's try to resolve this and be reasonable. But people out here just trying to skin you. It's insane that there's so many people out there that just don't want to do business. You know what I mean? So you just got to be
no,
careful of
for
those things.
sure.
But if you find the right family of people to get involved with, like everyone makes money, and then they'll continue to make money. But if you screw someone once, like at a club or over a watch deal or whatever else, like this guy doesn't think I know a bunch of other crypto guys that like to spend money. Like no one's ever going to come to his establishment again.
No, for sure. I mean, I always say this: we're not in the profit business; we're in the people business. It's purely people business. You just need to create relationships. I mean, you know it. You know, Ponzi Trader knows it. Trader Main. You know, these you guys are very close to me, so you know how I make deals. I don't try to milk every possibility, but
Mhm.
just because, and I've noticed the change. Just because I really honestly don't try to, get as much as I could potentially, I'm getting more deals.
Yeah.
Friends are coming in, other friends are trusting, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that because if you calculate over a long run, you'll see that you probably make more money this way than trying to get the most out of one person. And I personally don't have the heart to face a person who got scammed like that. I cannot. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't feel good about it. Like what?
Yeah, I can't do it either. And that's where I get screwed negotiating sometimes because I immediately get to the point to the number where I can live with that I think that they could live with, and then they like
Mhm.
usually they can never live with. They're pretending that they can't live with it when they can, but it's a good way to do business and it builds long-term relationships. Like even with my lawyer friends that I refer cases to, it's like I only deal with a couple people now because if I get burned by one guy, I just never deal business with him again. I still
Yeah.
shake his hand. Not going to fight with him over the money, but you just lost a lot of you're never going to get a referral. You're done. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. It's look, this the industries are not easy. They're not easy. And every day passes, there's a new person, someone else who wants to come and make the most out of it.
yeah,
Some people they have short-term goals. I mean, I know a bunch of dealers that were literally they got a job like 6 months ago in a store, like with other with a brand, and then 6 months in, they're like, you know what, I'm gonna get out of this and I'm gonna do my own thing because everybody wants that quick money. Everybody wants to, drive a Porsche, and like it just won't work that way. Like people don't understand, and that's actually a struggle. I'll tell you, that's a struggle with the crypto industry.
yeah.
So there's a problem. There's a big gap, in my opinion, between the understanding that people have between real world business and the way crypto works. They
Hmm.
think purchasing of an item is the same as, I don't know, getting seed phrase. Hey, how much? Send money, get item. No, bro, it doesn't work this way. I mean, there's an entire process. One time, one of my clients was like, he's rushing me. I want this watch now. Can you send it? I said, bro, the watch is in Hong Kong. He said, okay, you can ship it. I'm like, it doesn't work this way. I have to send money. They have to convert it. Do they accept it? Do they not accept it? Do I have to pay in cash? Do I have to pay a fee? Do I have to hire someone over there to check the watch and make sure everything is correct? I mean, there's a long process that goes through this, and I think this is a big gap between the crypto industry, like the boys in crypto, the guys who make new money, and the guys who are like me, who is trying to run a proper business, but
Hmm.
those are the clients.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to be educated about that.
Yeah, I agree. And like, I think if you have like, like someone to look at to do investments long term, they're gonna guide you through all that stuff. As far as like, I know someone the chat's gonna ask this. Like, I stopped trying to build a relationship with a dealer. I had one for a long time, but then it fizzled out when the watch market got so hot. But how would someone try to build a relationship with a watch dealer that's like looking to get their first watch or something like that?
Just keep coming back. Like if you were trying to make a relationship with me, I would say just keep coming back. Just show me your interest, and show me that you understand the business. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
show me that you not only want a good deal, but you also want to do business with me. Meaning I will also get my money and you will get your money.
Mhm.
I honestly think, like, even for cars, even if you're gonna try and go to the retail store to Audemars Piguet and buy yourself a watch, you need to keep going back. They need to become familiar with you. They need to see who you are, what you do, build a trust. I mean, that's how you build trust. I tell my clients,
And sometimes you get lucky. Like I walked into AP every time I went to Vegas. I walked into AP. You have anything? You have anything? You have
yeah,
anything? And one day they had the Panda, and I bought it for 24K, and I think it went up to like I don't remember how much it went up to, but I still own
I
it.
think
But
it was like 60,000 or something. Yeah.
yeah, it's a nice watch, and you know, I think you just got to keep asking around, taking your time, and there's always going to be a deal. There's always going to be a deal, and Ponzi's really good at that. He's always good waiting for the deal. Let the deal
I
come to
mean,
you.
yeah, look, Fonzie did the best thing. He created it, like, although we are friends outside of work, right?
Yeah.
But it's a relationship. I mean, he comes to my home, I go to his home, we are friends, we go out. And because of that, because there's other businesses that happen, other deals that happen, that's how, you're always on the top of my head. So if I have a deal, I'm going to say, I immediately call you, hey, look, Ponzi, I have this deal. Do you want it? Do you not want it? So you need to create that kind of a relationship. I had a client in Dubai that literally would just come back to me and just give me business. Like he would buy and sell watches from me, and I don't know, I had like every month like a $500,000-600,000 tab with this guy every month.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That happened for 6 months, and guess what? Now I can give him. I literally give him Richard Mills at cost. Like whatever, we're so close. You understand the business. You're not gonna try and take the best for yourself. I mean, I had a guy, funny enough, a lawyer, came into my shop, um, and I had an AP that I paid 67 for, and I was very honest with him. I said, bro, I swear to God, I paid 67. He's like, give it to me for 65. This guy, I don't want to be friends with him because you don't have both of our interests at heart. You
Right.
only want what's yours.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna, like it doesn't work this way. So when I say build a relationship, I mean build a relationship that's gonna benefit both sides. Be genuine. Don't just try to build to take.
I had a friend go into a place once to get a Porsche, and he bought in like his bank statements, and he was a young kid in his early 20s. And he said, listen, this is how much money I have. This is how old I am. I want to have a relationship with you guys for the rest of my life. Can you give me a card? And it worked. And so I don't know, maybe that's a good way to trade if you're a younger guy in crypto with a good bankroll. Other than that, I think you just have to find a really good dealer. I've noticed that if I bought watches in the past, I've reached out to multiple people, multiple dealers, and figure out who can give me the best price or whatever as well. If I don't have someone that I just go to all the time, I don't know. But everyone, if you do have a trust relationship with someone, I think it's best to keep that one if you can, unless it's like a weird market. You're trying to find like a unique watch, like the one you're
Look,
looking for.
I'll tell you something about finding the best deal. A lot of times, you need to ask the dealer. Like for instance, hey, can you give me this watch for like I bought it for 17,000. I want to sell it for 18,000. Okay, I paid 17, so we can negotiate over here. Sometimes the watch that I have is a consignment piece. Let's say you give me your Elegante. I'm gonna try to give you as much money as I can. So the buyer is probably not gonna get the best deal. So when you're looking for the best deal, you need to remember that sometimes the dealer paid over cost. Sometimes he got it in a trade. Sometimes it's consignment. It's not always that you buy X amount and you sell X amount. So that's why in the market you'll see someone pay a little bit more, someone pay a little bit less. It just depends on their business model as well. Like a client of mine came to me, I think 3 weeks ago, and wanted to sell me a watch. He ended up not selling it to me and giving it to someone else for I think $300 more, and that guy flipped it for $500 profit.
Yeah.
And I told my client, I'm like, bro, the reason why he's giving you $200 more is because he already has it sold for $300 profit. Like the guy's business model is very different from my business model. Someone has to pay for the perfumes that I use.
Yeah. Like what's some of the crazier watch stories you've been a part of or heard about over the years?
I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, a lot of theft, man. A lot of theft. Just last year, a friend of mine got robbed in his own house in LA at gunpoint, like $1.3 million worth. I think 3 watches, 2 RMs, and a Patek.
And how did they do that? It was probably inside job, right? It was planned.
Yeah. Definitely inside job. They jumped his wall, went straight into his office in the house. They knew exactly where to go to.
Yeah.
Caught him off guard midday at 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. and that was it. They jumped back up.
Did they hurt him?
No, they did not hurt him.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. Like a lot of people do multi-sig now, which is something that I've implemented myself. Like, and I won't even wear a watch in LA, and there's nothing valuable in any property that I own. It's like it's completely pointless. I collect watches not even to wear them. I just collect them just because I like them. But Yeah, I mean, it's almost to a point where you can't store anything of value in your home or anywhere else. And if you want to,
No,
if you want to wear a watch, you'd have to show up to some bank or somewhere else to do something. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I guess it also depends on where you live, you
yeah,
know. But I
yeah,
will say, like in 2021, we had the two day date olives, or 2020 maybe, two olive dial day dates got robbed from us, got stolen.
mm-hmm,
Basically, the way it happened was we gave the watches to a consigner, and
mm-hmm,
he went to show it to his clients, and the idiot was sitting in the car with like four other guys, and
mm-hmm.
apparently one guy took the watch and said, "Okay, I'm gonna go inside and check for the authentication or whatever." Ends up ends up dipping, never came back. Our watches got lost. The kid doesn't even have the money to pay for the watches. This is what I mean when every second guy is trying to become a watch dealer. Like you can't
Yeah,
even the pieces that you take, you don't even have money to pay for half of it. Like come on, you
exactly.
know. So, but we got lucky because it was in Dubai. I mean, we found the entire team in like 48 hours.
That's great.
Yeah, we got our watches back. Everything was done fine, but like yeah, things like this
What happened
happen
with
all the
those guys
time.
in Dubai? Are they in jail for a while now, or what?
Sorry?
What happened to the guys that took the watches? Are they in big trouble?
Bro, he was crying.
Wow.
Oh, he was crying. You have no idea. He used to work as a salesperson in Louis Vuitton. So I'm telling you, the kid is like just trying to make some money, you know? And he
Wow.
was crying. He was like, please don't complain to the cops about me. Like, don't put me in jail and whatever. And I remember clearly I was there and my partner just looked at him and he was like, what the fuck, man up a little bit. Take some responsibility. I'm not going to put you in jail, but like, why are you crying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, that was just the case. I mean, shit like that happens, bro. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. I
Um,
remember the first time we went to your shop, I hadn't slept 36 hours, and me and Josh and Mo took
I
a Uber,
remember.
to your place, and they wouldn't let us into your showroom
Elevators.
with a
Yeah.
bottle of alcohol
Yeah.
unless we bought a hotel room. So Mo spent $4,000 on a hotel room
Oh
and
my
bought
God.
and I think I bought like a $5,000 bottle of alcohol, like a Macallan 18 or something. We walked it
I
up.
remember. I remember you guys brought the alcohol. We had cigars too.
Yeah.
I
And then
remember.
we went into your office, which was beautiful. But yeah, I mean, that was just an amazing time. It's like a bunch of young kids that figured out this market a little bit early, and we all got kind of lucky, and we all enjoyed these moments. And these moments I won't forget for the rest of my life. That was the first trip to Dubai was one of the funnest trips I ever was on.
For sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was the best time. It was the best time. Like, I feel so sad that I don't know half the new people on CT. Like, I really don't know them. I
Yeah.
don't even know who. I don't even know who's real, who's not. Like, every other day, some new account pops up with 30,000 followers, and like, who are these guys? Where are they coming from? Like,
I don't
this,
know. It's
this.
a new group. I basically only really pay attention, like investment wise, to Flood, uh,
Mhm. Mhm.
and maybe a couple other guys. I think Ansem has really good information. He really analyzes like the macro pretty well. And Lord and Ricky are really good traders. But I don't really pay attention. High stakes capital is like the GOAT. But
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot of people, besides that, I just do it to read about what the news is for the day and entertainment. And, you know, I love being part of the crypto fight night still. I'm probably got only a couple more fights left. I'm getting up there, but keeps you in good shape.
No, I mean, um, I was watching one of your videos. I think you were the one who said, there's a direct correlation between your health and fitness and how you perform. Don't
Yeah.
invest in a guy who doesn't take care of himself.
Yeah.
I feel like the fight night created that um, essence for the crypto traders because everyone was behind the desk, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's like, okay, we need to get out and we need to start fighting and we need to be healthy. And it was crazy because even people who have zero experience and like even no interest, they started getting into it. It became a trend.
And that's what I'm trying to do with Liquidated. I'm trying to really just help the kids that are getting into crypto and don't have a lot of friends. Because when I got into crypto, I didn't have a lot of friends. And then I meet some people, and like I'm trying to like put like the best traders on, get founders. If you're doing good in crypto, you're gonna start buying watches and cars. I had an addiction therapist on. I had a life coach, a business coach that I use and TraderMan use. And there are these guys that just represent people that are in this high stakes world that we live in, whether it be gambling or trading or whatever else. And like, I really hope that this catches on where some of the bigger accounts kind of retweet some of these streams, because they really can help you. If I watched these, a few years back, I would be, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, And a lot of these kids that are 20 years old, they're buying their first watch. They don't know what the hell's going on. You know what I mean? They're doing whatever, So I'm going to keep doing that and kind of progress with this. And I think it's great what you've been doing with the business. I mean, make sure that, you post, your socials for everyone to see, because I think you're a great consultant in this space and obviously have access to all these watches. I know that watch that you're trying to get for me is going to be hard to find. But I'm interested.
It is. But we'll find it. We'll find it. There's nothing is impossible, bro.
I wonder how many exist. Is there a watch site that says like how many watches exist? I know if to the extent they can, I'd be interested if they made something.
Usually I try to go on the official websites and see if there's any like chronicles. Like for example, AP, they have something called AP Chronicles that literally have all the details about the past watches. Anything special. But there's no specific database where you can access to see those things. You just have to speak to professionals and see what they think.
Because I started to buy Pokemon cards and stuff, and they have like the number of like 10 PSA and stuff. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, Pokemon cards, I think they work a little bit different from watches.
But yeah, brother. But do you have anything else you want to talk about for today? Or?
I think we touched base on pretty much everything. I mean, I'm really happy that you had me on. This was a great opportunity. As I told you earlier, like I've never done anything like this before, so I hope there's more of this, and I hope that people can actually like DM me and ask questions and not be afraid.
And I think we'll have you on more, like as the market changes in watches, we'll get people on. And I think on certain times when we do these liquidated, we're gonna have certain guests on. I'd like to get like at least 3 people on. I'd like to have Ricky. Maybe I'll have you as a guest, a guest host a few of the times, but.
Yeah,
I'd like to do this more often. I've been traveling a little bit. I'm in Vancouver and LA, but yeah, it's been great, bro. I'm really happy for your success. And I'm glad you're in the States. You're a little bit closer to me.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for having me.
I love you, brother. Have a good day.
Love you, bro. Take care.
Peace, man.